once again, and welcome back to my videos. And this is the start of the new month of September, which is movies that are long or very long month. All the movies I'm reviewing are going to be movies that are 2 hours or more, 120 minutes or more. Anything less is not qualified, and it can't be a movie I've already reviewed. Now, this one I haven't reviewed yet. This is the second in the franchise of Disney movies, of these pirate movies. I think it's a good sequel, but it does have a lot of flaws, and I'm going to get to that. And that is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, the second in the franchise, the highest grossing, I believe, in the franchise domestically. Now, what do I think of this movie? I didn't see this movie back in 2006 because everybody was saying that it was, they were very mixed on it. The critics were not as grandiose about this as compared to the first one. And while it's not as good as the first one, I still think it's a good sequel. It's definitely the best sequel uh, after the first one in the trilogy. Now, the good things about it, like I said, Johnny Depp once again is a great lead. I think he's the lead. I'm sorry, he's the main attraction. He's the funniest thing in the movie. He has all the energy. He steals all the scenes. It's his movie. Orlando Bloom, he has a little bit more to do. You got a new villain, Davy Jones. Great special effects on Davy Jones. The squid face, Bill Nighy's performance, his voice, the way he walks, everything about him was really cool in the second movie. Now, in the third movie, I have my reservations. The film once again has the amazing score from Hans Zimmer. The production value is really high in this one. They definitely had a bigger budget than the first one. There's much more special effects, and you have the Kraken at the end, which is a cool looking visual. You have you have Davy Jones's heart inside of the chest. You have the scene where the Johnny Depp and them are rolling in this ball in the beginning with the Asians. That's a pretty cool scene. It's a good spectacle. Very good stunt work, by the way. I really commend them for that. That Disney knows how to get stuntmen, and Gore Verbinski knows how to direct a movie. For the most part, he does a good job with the film, with the shots that he gets. Beautiful shots of the islands and the area that they filmed it in. You got the monkey, and of course there's one thing that's missing in this movie that I would have liked more of and less of. More Barbosa, less Elizabeth Swann. But I'll get to that. Basically, after Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow is swallowed up by the Kraken, and you think he dies, but let's face it, Disney's never going to kill him off. That would be stupid. That would kill the franchise. Basically, they have to find him. So Barbossa's like, "Oh, we're going to meet at World's End," and he's like, "I'm going to captain this me ship," and he has an apple. He bites it, and it's over. But you know what? That cameo works because at least Barbossa is in the next movie. So it's not like it leads to nothing. Like what they do with these recent movies, like The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Oh, they're gonna fight, and then there's no third one, so there's no payoff. Or in Rogue One, oh, Darth Vader is in two scenes, and you don't see him again until A New Hope. Yeah, suck it, Disney, for that, and Lucasfilm. Stupid decision. But here, it worked. I think his cameo's fine because they had a new villain that was actually pretty menacing. Davy Jones. I really liked him in the second film. Like he plays a piano, an organ with his claws and with his tentacles. And there's a scene where Orlando Bloom is trying to steal a key from his beard of squid face, and he's a mix of like a crab, a squid, and an octopus. And the special effects are really well done. The CG on his minions look really good. The CGI didn't bother me. I thought even for 2006, I'm like, wow, the visual effects people know what they're doing. Now, my gripes for the film. I do have a couple of problems. The film is a little bit too long. It's not that long. It's just a couple minutes longer than the first one, so I'm not going to complain too much, but it does feel long at times. Second, I thought, once again, why was Elizabeth Swann in this movie? She doesn't do anything in this movie. She really doesn't. Like, Orlando Bloom could have been alone for this whole film, and it would not have affected the film. Oh, but they're supposed to get together like the end of the first film. But then you have those douchebag British guys, Norrington and freaking Beckett and all these other assholes with red coats, which I don't care about. The side characters in this movie, I don't care about. I don't care about this girl. I told you from the first one, she was annoying in a cartoon, falling on her face. At least when Johnny Depp is falling and he gets hit on the head and he's on a pole, he's like, ah! That's fun. He's great. He's putting his all. This girl, no, sorry. She doesn't do anything for me. And I'm going to say that a lot at World's End when I review that next. But she really does nothing interesting. They said she's a badass. I saw nothing. couple of fight scenes don't make you a badass. Also, like I said, that's the voodoo lady. I didn't care about her. I'm going to I'm going to put magic in this thing. I'm like, fuck you. You're British. You're not Jamaican. Get out of here, Naomi Harris. You're horrible in this movie. You look like you got hit with an ugly stick way too many times. I'm sorry. Halle Berry's almost 50 or around there, and she's sexier than you are with all that ugly makeup and just nothing. She's exposition machine. And like I said, also I don't like the tone of the movie. Like the first movie was more cartoonish and more Disney, and it had some dark moments with the pirates when they turned into skeletons. But this one just went a little bit too dark on me. It was like, we get it. You want to do something different. I get it. Jashawn, you don't have to say that in the comments. I know sequels usually get darker. Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, even Rogue One. But if that went too far with the darkness here, I think a little bit of a lighter tone would have sufficed. And you don't have to make a movie darker all the time. Sometimes a sequel can be lighter. Look at Homecoming, or which is a sequel, kind of a pseudo sequel to Civil War, and other movies like The Incredible Hulk. They lightened up a little bit. It wasn't some dark, pretentious freaking drama. No, I'm not watching a drama. I'm watching an action adventure with Johnny Depp making me laugh and talking like this, mate. Yeah, I love the way he just steals every scene he's in. The scene where he has the makeup on his eyes, great makeup. And it's an entertaining movie. At the end of the day, this is an entertaining sequel, but I did have my problems. The running time, some of the supporting cast, and the dark tone. That's all that I had a problem with. The ending didn't bother me because it's setting up for the third one, which I will get to next. But as far as this one, not better than the first one, but still a good sequel. I did get entertainment out of it, despite the fact that that it was like 3 years after the first one. So, but and your lead girl is just, she doesn't draw me in. I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to loud British chicks that thing. Oh, Keira Knightley, you know who she is? She's the louder, older version of Daisy Ridley. If you put them in a room or put them in a movie together and they yell at each other, it's gonna be like freaking watching a twins fighting. That's how uninteresting she is. But I don't watch it for her. I watch it for Johnny Depp. And the scene where he's being chased by the Asians, that was funny. Like when he gets swallowed up, you know he's not gonna die. Come on. And the special effects are really well done. And the movie, even though it's 2.5 hours, it's nothing compared to the running time we get to the end of the third one. That is going to be that I'm going to definitely go into great detail about. But Dead Man's Chess, good sequel. It's 150 minutes, so it counts for this month. And it does have a commentary with the screenwriters, Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio. So that should be interesting to listen to. The rest of the supporting cast, the guy with the eye from the first film and his friend, they're there. They're fine. Mr. Gibbs is fine. He's a decent character. But the voodoo lady, Elizabeth Swan, no. And the Brits, Beckett and Norrington, they're just boring, pretentious assholes. That's basically what they are. But it is a good movie. I will give it its props. I'm glad I saw it because with my mom because it was entertaining. So anyway, that's my first review of September. Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chess. Good sequel, not better than the first one, but still, it's miles better than At World's End. I can easily say that without question. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and the next Pirates movie will be the third one, At World's End, and I have a lot to say. But we'll get to that next time. Later.